So it's all right. So in this age, with the astronomical increase in cybercrime and cyber criminals, with all thieves or criminals finding their way to the internet or computer, it is only wise that individuals as well as savvy business owners learn what it takes to be able to protect themselves, their resources and businesses from cyber crimes or cyber thefts. So whether it is your desire to learn ethical hacking just for the sake of protecting yourself and your resources from cyber theft, or you intend learning ethical hacking for the sake of pursuing a career in cyber security, so you could be hired as a cyber security personnel, land a good job as a cyber security personnel, whatever those purposes are, so long it is a good purpose for learning it, this course is definitely the perfect course for you. You are learning your hacking for the sake of protecting yourself and your resources. This is the perfect course for you. Now, this course does not assume any prior knowledge of programming. So, as such, you first of all be taking, but however, in as much as that is, you require a programming the knowledge of a programming language to be able to create your own custom ethical hacking tool. Okay, so as such, we in this course, you first of all be taken through the Python programming language, which is one of the most popular and the highest in demand programming language, and one of the most effective programming language for ethical hacking. So you first of all be taught a Python programming language from the basic to advanced, so an intermediate level. All right. Then after the learning Python, you'll be taught how to set up your ethical hacking lab effectively, a testing lab or laboratory. And once you are done with setting up your lab, we'll go on to show you how to be able to create different ethical hacking tools using the Python programming language that you have learned. And that is it. So it is with that, on that note, that I welcome you officially to this awesome and special course on Python ethical hacking. In this particular lesson, I want to quickly introduce, explain to you the meaning of hacking and ethical hacking. Now, what is hacking? Hacking, in its simplest definition, simply means identifying and exploiting the weaknesses or the vulnerabilities of a particular computer system or network with the intent of gaining unauthorized access to it. I come again. Hacking is identifying and exploiting the vulnerabilities of a particular computer system or network, ultimately with the intent of gaining unauthorized access to it. All right, with that defined, now I want to talk about briefly the types of hacking. Types of hacking. Now, I've defined hacking in the last slide. So what are the different types of hacking? We have mainly three types of hacking. We have the black hat hacking, white hat hacking, gray hat hacking. Now, what is black hat hacking? Black hat hacking is ultimately hacking with the intent of malicious, with intent of malicious attack, or for malicious reason, in order to ultimately for a personal gain. Ultimately, most of the time, is for financial gain purpose. Then the white hat hacking is hacking with the intent of discovering the vulnerability or the weakness of a particular computer system or network, and ultimately reporting that weakness or vulnerability to the organization or the person involved. Then there's what we call gray hat hacking. Gray hat hacking is a combination of the black hat and the white hat. Now, what do we mean by the combination? The gray hat hacker gains unauthorized access now without the permission of the person or the organization involved. Now, but it doesn't actually have the same motive as the black hat hacker. It doesn't have a personal gain motive, although even though you may have some gain, but not with the same intent as a black hat hacker. In that, when the gray hat hacker hacks a system, discovers a vulnerability in a particular computer system, what he or she does is to report. It could report the vulnerability to the organization, and then maybe the advise organization on how to protect the system or the network from the malicious attackers. Okay, then some of the gray hat hackers can also be doing this just for the fun of it. So they may not, they are not doing, they don't hack through the system with a malicious intent or for personal gain intent, just like the black hat hacker. All right, then going over now to the main topic which this course covers, which is ethical hacking. We're talking about Python ethical hacking. Now, ethical hacking, what is it all about? It falls into the category which we call, which have been talked about, the white hat hacking. Now, the essence is that the skill of an ethical hacker is to be able to identify the vulnerability, the weakness of a particular computer system or a network, then with the intent of reporting that vulnerability or weakness to the organization or the person involved, okay? And he has the permission to be able to do that. And of course, in order to be able to do that, he has to use the same tools in which the other type of hackers use. The ethical hacker uses the same tools, the hacking tools in which the black hat and the gray hat hackers use to be able to discover this vulnerability, to be able to test the loopholes in which the malicious attackers would exploit, so that the organization can, once the organization knows about it, they'll be able to secure themselves from such attack before time. Okay, so this is it. Then this is the definition of hacking, and we have seen the different types of hacking, then also the meaning of ethical hacking. So in the next lesson, we'll be looking into the legal issues concerning hacking. All right, so this is the end of this particular lesson. So over to the next video. So in the last lesson, the last video, I did tell you where we talked about the types of hacking and the different types of hacking, that even as an ethical hacker, the ethical hacker still makes use of the same tools in which the black hat and the gray hat hacker uses. But ultimately, the difference is that is in the intent, and that the ethical hacker has the permission, often obtains the permission of the individual or the organization involved to be able to do the hacking, to be able to make use of those tools on the system. Okay. Now, in as much as that is, an individual could want to learn, someone could want to learn this course for the intent of using it for malicious attacks. And if that is your intention, the essence of this particular lesson is to let you know that there are legal considerations, there are penalties based on the different laws of different countries on ethical hacking, especially hacking without the permission of an organization or an individual. So you hack into an organization or an individual's system or network, and you are caught after investigation based on the level of your of harm that you have done into the organization or the individual. You will be penalized accordingly. In some countries, you can the charges for imprisonment. The imprisonment charge can go from anywhere from 5 years to as much as 10 years imprisonment. Then on the other hand, some of them could go for with an option of fine, up to $50,000 fine. So if you are intending to, the essence of learning this course is for you to use it for malicious purposes, which this course is not all about. It's about ethical hacking. But you want to learn it for that purpose, you need to put that into serious consideration, because you are going to be fine. And of course, we disclaim ourselves. We are not. This course does not promote the illegal usage of hacking skill, hacking into an organization's system without permission. So if you get caught, you will be fully penalized by the law. And different laws, it depends on the kind of the level of the degree of the harm you do to an organization system. You'll be penalized accordingly. So like I said already, up to, in some countries, up from 5, you can get anything from 5 to 10 years jail term for unethical hacking, and up to $50,000 fine. So that is just it. So based on, you have to get that handy as you plan on taking a career in ethical in hacking or cybersecurity. So that is that. So that is just the little consideration that we need to draw before we move further to other parts of the lesson. So that is us over to the next lesson.